Welcome back. Today we are covering standard RL 3.7. I can describe the relationship between the illustrations and the story in which they appear. An example is what moment in the story an illustration depicts. So what time in a story does the picture show? So we're going to be looking at words and pictures and comparing them. We did this in class and we made a fancy chart to say this is what happens in the words, this is what happens in the pictures, this is what happens in both. So I am going to show you an example and then I'm going to ask you questions about it. Okay, I have my chart set up. I'm going to write what happens in the words here. I'm going to write what happens in the pictures here, and then what happens in both the words and pictures I'm going to write right here. Okay, first we are going to look at the words. So you can just close your eyes. That would probably be the easiest. Here, I won't even show you. We're going to close your eyes and you're just going to listen to what's in the words. Gerald was a tall giraffe. So, think about what you hear in the words. Gerald was a tall giraffe. I hear tall giraffe. So I wrote that under words, tall giraffe. Whose neck was long and slim. So I'm going to write long, slim neck. Slim is like skinny. Okay, his knees were awfully crooked. So crooked knees. And his legs were rather thin. Thin legs. Okay, all of that was in my words. Now we are going to look at what's in the pictures. So we're not going to think about what was in the words. We are just going to think about what is in the pictures. What do you see in the picture? I see a giraffe. I see a tree, so I'm writing this down. I see some leaves. Oh, what kind of bug is this? I can't tell, but I know it's a bug. Oh, I see monkeys over here in the tree. I'm going to write giraffe, tree, leaves, bug, monkeys. Okay, now we are going to look at my chart. In the words, let me take out my purple marker so I can underline what's in both. In the words, I have a tall giraffe. In the picture, I have a giraffe. Was he tall in the picture? Is he tall? He looks pretty tall, doesn't he? So I'm going to add the word tall to giraffe. Because when I looked in the picture, he was tall. Long, slim neck. Does he have a long neck? Yeah. So I'm going to add long because in the picture he does have a long neck. Okay. Crooked legs, or crooked knees and thin legs. He does have crooked knees and thin legs in the picture. Now let's look at just the picture. He's a tall giraffe. That's in the words. A tree. Is a tree in the words? Nope, so we're not going to underline that. What about leaves? Didn't talk about that. A bug? Nope, didn't talk about that in the words. And it didn't talk about the monkeys, but it did talk about a long neck. So in both the words and the pictures, we have a tall giraffe with a long neck. So let's listen to the words one more time and see if it talks about a tall giraffe with a long neck, and then we're going to look at the picture and confirm. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim. Is it in the words? Yep. Now let's look at the picture. Is it a tall giraffe with a long neck? Yep. So it's in our words and our pictures. Okay, now we are going to get to our questions for our quiz for words and pictures. Let me get to the right page. Okay. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. They're right, he thought. I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. So he crept off from the dance floor and started walking home. He never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. I want you to think in your head about what's happening in the words. What is happening in the words? In the words, are the animals dancing? Or does Gerald feel alone? In the words, are the animals dancing? Or does Gerald feel alone? Number 2, what is happening in the picture? Look at the picture. What's happening in the picture? The animals are dancing. Or Gerald feels alone. What is happening in the picture? The animals are dancing or Gerald feels alone? Number 3, what is happening in the words and the picture? In the words and the picture. The monkeys are watching or Gerald is walking home. The monkeys are watching or Gerald is walking home. I'm going to read the words one more time because it has to be in the words and the picture. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted at the spot. They're right, he thought. I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. What is happening in the words and the pictures? The monkeys are watching or Gerald is walking home. Okay, make sure you respond to the quiz for words and pictures. Giraffes can't dance. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.